What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Jake. In today's video, I'm going to be going over all the new Brawler gauntlets introduced in Skyrim Anniversary Edition and ranking them solely based on looks. Real quick, before we get into the ranking, be sure to like the video as it helps get the video out to more and more people, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome Skyrim content like this. Now, let's get into the video. As I said before, we're going to be ranking these purely on aesthetics, in my opinion, and I'm going to show you some of the criteria that we're going to use as we go throughout the video. So let's get started with number 13, Brawlers Scaled Bracelets. These things, I don't even know what they're trying to do. I know what they're trying to do. They've got like 4 rings on each finger. They don't really look too good, and those horns really just look like they would break off in an instant. So I don't really know. I don't know. They just don't look very good. And the fur in Skyrim has not really looked good ever. Like this kind of like scaled fur. I mean, you can see it with some of the other, like this right here. I mean, it's the fur that gets it for me. And the horns looking like they're just going to break off at a moment's notice. The first person you hit, the horns are going to break off. That's why they're number 13. Let's get on to number 12. Number 12. The Orcish gauntlets, man. These don't look hardly any different. They don't look like they would do particularly any more damage than the regular Orcish gauntlets. I'll show you those right here. They don't really look much different. They're not peeled back. That's the only difference. They're by far the laziest, in my opinion, when it comes to the new Brawler gauntlets. That's not a jab at anybody. They just don't particularly look like they're specialized unarmed attacks. They just don't look very good. They don't look like they would do much damage, so that's why they're so low. Let's get on to the next entry, which is going to be the Hide Brawlers gauntlets, or bracers in this instance. These look horribly ineffective. Like, not ineffective in a way of like actually hitting somebody. They would probably help, but imagine those just shoving into your, because these are just leather gloves. They don't have much fortification to them, so those pieces are just going to jab into your wrist and stuff like that. I don't know. They just don't look very good, and they look like they'd be more of a hassle whenever you're eating or drinking or doing anything besides punching somebody in the face. So that's why they're so low here. Now we're breaking in to the next quarter, which is going to be the leather gauntlets. These just look really dope, in my opinion. They look really cool. They definitely look like they're specialized to be able to hit people unarmed, obviously, which is what these are supposed to be doing. These would be great for a Khajiit build, by the way. The little knuckles, the 3 little knuckles there, the steel knuckles look very good. They look like they wouldn't break off. They look like they would be very effective, and they wouldn't really intrude. These gauntlets wouldn't intrude on your daily life when you're not punching a bandit in the face. I just feel like these are a pretty solid one, but they're not as flashy as some of the other ones. They're not as cool looking as some of the other ones, and we're in a fantasy game at the end of the day, so we got to go with some of the cooler ones. Now, this is going to be a hot take, I feel like, but the next one, the 9th entry on the list, the Brawlers Ebony Gauntlets, bro. And I mean, these look like something straight out of like a China Bazaar, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, like something you would buy for like $20, and they would just break instantly the second you hit them up against something. They just look so thin and fragile. They don't look like they would really do much in terms of like being able to stab somebody. They do have some Wolverine-esque elements to them, which is good, I guess, but like, I just don't like the way that they look. The regular ebony gauntlets look like this, and then we have this with the Brawlers ones. They do look very similar if you just take that little attachment with the 3 things off of it, but it is what it is. I don't like these personally. If you do, let me know down in the comment section below. On to number 10. Now, steel is very unique. It has 3 different Brawler gauntlets, and they're all very different. The worst being the scaled, and the second best being the steel ones. And I like these, but kind of the same thing as like, imagine going to like shake a guy's hand or something and stabbing him. Like, I mean, these are very intrusive, which, I mean, I can't really, because some of the other ones higher up on the list are more intrusive than these. They just don't look very good, in my opinion. I don't like the big like ridges along the forearm, even though they might provide more structural stability. I don't know. These are exactly what I would expect from steel plate Brawler gauntlets, but I don't really like steel plate to begin with. All I like is the helmet. But if you go down here to the steel plate gauntlets look like this. They already look like they could do some damage to a guy with an unarmed attack. So to go to these just seems, I don't know, I just don't like it very much in my opinion. Once again, let me know in the comment section below if you like these gauntlets. On to number 7, the elven gauntlets. These things look bulky. They are light armor, but they look like they should be heavy armor, which I get it. All elven armor is light armor, but these don't, they look more fortified and like you're trying to be a berserker than like a unarmed attack guy. And I might be nitpicking when I say this. They just don't, they don't look like they're specialized. They look like they have that little bitty bit of the eagle beak there on the front, and they just don't look like they would be super over the top effective for that extra weight you're going to be carrying on your hands. I don't like them very much. They just don't look very good, in my opinion. So let's move on to the next ones. Not much to say about these ones that I don't like, but as we get into the ones that I do like, I'm going to talk a little bit more about them. So now we get into number 6. Coming back to the steel category is going to be the Brawlers Steel Gauntlets. I just think these look really cool. I don't know. I know they would break off really easily, but I feel like they're more like punch daggers in a sense. And they just look really, really cool. They stay very faithful to the original gauntlet, but they look a little bit more updated. The fur looks pretty nice on there. That pattern is obviously, we've all seen that pattern before on the regular steel armor. These just look really cool. They look like they would do some damage. Your fingers are going to be coming out. There's no coverage for your fingers, so I feel like most brawler gauntlets should have some coverage for your fingers in the event that you cut them. But then again, this is a fantasy game. I can't stress that enough. I'm leaning more in how I would use them in real life, which I know I probably shouldn't do, but this is my list. If you don't like it, make your own list. But no, let me know. Comment question of the day. Go on ahead and let me know which your favorite Brawlers gauntlets are in Skyrim. You might be shocked at mine considering what I'm wearing right now on Bilvar, but you might not because they look really cool. Anyway, let's get on to the next entry in this list, which is going to be number 5, Glass Brawlers Glass Gauntlets. These look really cool. I mean, I don't have to tell anybody that. They look really, really, they look effective. They're not overbearing when it comes to the little, like, spear, the Malachite spear on the top of them. They look like you could still stab somebody with it. If you like rear your hand down and stab somebody, they look really cool. And obviously that malachite glass look is really, really awesome. Anyway, it just looks good in Skyrim. I'm a big fan of the glass armor, especially when it comes to having it as a light armor. And I mean, we probably would have used that in the 100% Let's Play if we didn't have the better of the two light armors, in my opinion, being the Dragon Scale. But these are also it's also a very, very good set of armor to have. And these are a very well-rounded Brawler's Gauntlet, in my opinion. So let's move on to number 4. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think these looked cool. I know they're not very functional, and I know they'd probably get in the way. I don't know if they're retractable. They don't look to be retractable, but they look awesome. They look like they're geared into the gauntlets, and they look like they would stay. They would stick around. They look like daggers. They look really, really cool. I don't know, once again, if they're retractable. Obviously not in the game, but it looks like they might have a mechanism back there to be retractable. I don't know. Just speculation at this point. But they look really, really cool. And I know I've said intrusive kind of marks down on some of these, but these Dwarven Gauntlets were such a shock to me whenever I found them. They're on some other people's thumbnails for these. It's just a very, very cool gauntlet to use. In my opinion, I just really, really enjoy it. On to number 3. It's no secret I'm a Dragon Scale guy, so obviously these are going to rank lower in my opinion. I just don't, I like heavy armor, I really do. It has its place, but these don't feel like they would do much. They feel like, if anything, those horns would bend outward, or they'd break off, or something, which I get it, they're dragon plate, so they're going to be much more sturdy in that regard, but I don't know, man. These look really, really clean. And then when you come up here to the Brawlers ones, they did just add 2 horns, which ties in really good with the helmet. And you see that a little bit of the horns here on the shoulder pieces of the dragon plate armor. But they obviously are not as good as the dragon scale, in my opinion, which brings us in to number 2, the dragon scale. So you probably know about process of elimination, which my favorites are, but these are a very good choice. They don't look like they would break off. They look very cemented in themselves. They look very competent design. They look like they would do some damage to you just jacking somebody's jaws. These just look fantastic. They go great with the armor. They go great with the normal dragon scale armor, which you can see on Bilvar right now as he's forging away at absolutely nothing. But these just look very, very good. They don't look like they would be too intrusive. They just look like a well-rounded addition to the dragon scale gauntlets. You can see that little under section there and the over section, which obviously adds the brass knuckle element. On to number 1. But first, a quick message from the day's sponsor. You should probably like and subscribe to Senpai Billy. Once again, I hear he's pretty cool at Skyrim guides and other such Skyrim content. Now back to the video. Number 1. It's no secret at this point. We all know Skyrim. We all know all the different armor types. We know Daedric armor is some of the coolest armor in the game. I don't have to show you that. That's awesome. They look awesome. I'm not a big fan of Daedric armor when it comes to actually using it in game. It just doesn't look very, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that somebody could roll up in a helmet like this and you'd think he's a good guy. I don't know. I always try to play good guys, but these look awesome. They would do serious damage. You could even forearm bash somebody with these and they'd still get spiked, which, if we come down here to the originals, the originals are still some of the coolest looking gauntlets I've ever seen. They look awesome. They look like they would do damage to somebody in a situation where you'd be in an unarmed attack. But the Daedric gauntlets look cooler for such occasion. These are definitely the best in my opinion. If you like the Daedric ones, or if you don't like the Daedric ones, please let me know in the comment section below. Once again, comment question of the video is, what is your favorite Brawler's gauntlet in the new Skyrim Anniversary Edition? I'll wait. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I do hope you had a fantastic time seeing my opinion here on some of these Brawler's gauntlets. I do enjoy making these kind of videos. We're hopefully going to get some more ranking style, top 10 style videos here with some of the newer armor, some of the newer weapons in Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I hope you guys will please subscribe to the video. We're trying to get as much subscribers as we can before the end of 2021. And don't forget to like the video as it helps bring it to more and more people. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will comment down below your favorite Brawler gauntlet. And until next time, thank you for your time.